you know I'm lazy. Can't be bothered to actually lift the hood up on my own and then put the hood prop in. So I found these hood lifts on Amazon, and they say they're made for the Bronco Sport. We'll see. They came with 2 of these supports and a couple of bags of random hardware. And what I gotta say is the worst instruction manual I have ever seen. And I've seen some shit, trust me. This is pretty bad. There's really no explanations to it. And I would be willing to bet that some of these are just a stock photo and not actually of a Bronco Sport. So you kind of just have to figure it out, which we're gonna do. I'm just appalled at how rudimentary, let's say, these instructions are. I already did the one on the Santa Cruz. That one was super easy, but let's just see how you do these on the Bronco Sport. It looks like there might be, I think everything's here. Looks like what you gotta do is mount these brackets on this little tab here, and then these are the little brackets that the lift supports actually connect to. Oh, they have like a little threaded thing. I guess that must go in and then you tighten it. It probably goes in on one of these holes somewhere, maybe right there. Oh, maybe that goes in like that. Oh, maybe that's gonna be easy. And for those of you who are gonna ask about the engine cover, this is a 2021 model, and halfway through the year, Ford decided they were gonna save like 83 cents and stop putting these on. Your car may or may not have one of these engine covers. You can still buy them from Ford. Ooh, maybe I'll just sell mine. For $10,000, I'll sell this. Anybody that wants it, let me know. All right, so I was incorrect on this being the only piece you have to put in. There is another washer that you have to put on here that I think is what is going to strengthen it up a little bit. As you know, this is an aluminum hood. It's not going to hold up to constant stress as much as a steel hood will. Well, how did it go in there? There it goes. Boy, what a... Okay. All right. So now thread this on first, and then this, and then that goes inside. Ooh, and there's mosquitoes out here. Get out of here, you... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this, and then this threads on like so. And in the picture, this is actually knurled, but mine isn't. So I'm not sure if yours will be or not. 12mm wrench is what's gonna tighten this on that like that. And then I think we can still put this in like it was. Maybe. And then it goes, yeah, look at that. Okay, so now all we have to do is tighten this up. How in the hell are you supposed to get that tightened up? It's just gonna spin. I don't understand how this is supposed to work. Okay, see how I'm doing this? I'm kind of wedging the edge of that little lock nut on the edge of the sheet metal here. Okay, it's starting to grab. Now I just wonder if there's enough friction for it to tighten up. But what I want to do is center it on that square hole, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do it perfectly. Ah, man, see, that's just so... Look at this. I mean, you can see everything is deflecting when I do this. See it deflecting? That's because the metal is really thin, and it's aluminum, so it's not quite as sturdy for a given thickness. That's made out of old beer cans. Luckily, the hood is lightweight, so as long as these supports aren't extremely pressurized where you're having to really force the hood down, this should hold up just fine. Let's go ahead and move on to the bottom part. So the bottom part is gonna be this little mount here, and then this little thing is gonna sandwich it in right about there. We've got these bolts, and I wonder if these go on the top. The picture is about as clear as mud. I think this is gonna go like, no, that's not gonna go like that. You know, in the picture, the picture shows a flange bolt. This is not a flange bolt, so there's no washer right here. So it needs to have a flange on both sides. So you've got a flange in this nut right here. This is like a locking flange nut. It's got those little serrations on there that holds it in place so it doesn't back off, but it also spreads the clamping force on the piece that you're trying to put in. So what I think I'm gonna do is deviate from the instructions a little bit and put the bolt in from the bottom, and then I'll put the nut on from the top. That way you've got a flange on top and bottom, and it kind of spreads the clamping force a little bit. If you just tighten that up without a washer on it, it would dig into the metal and remove the coating on the metal, which would eventually lead to rust. So what we're gonna do is not what the instruction says. We're gonna put this in from the bottom. The nut will go on top. No, it goes this way. So it goes in like this. Get in there, you... I won't say it. We'll get these nuts started. And I'm gonna say, let's see, the instructions show it going all the way over. This is gonna go all the way to the edge like that. These are a 13mm, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten those up. Now this did not come with a torque specification. I have to email Jeff Bezos about that. That's pretty tight, actually. I don't know that you really have to crank these down. It's like a clamping effect. And let's just see where this lands. So basically, to put this on, you just pop it on like that. And then on the top, we will have to disconnect the hood prop to lift it up a little bit higher. And then this end just clamps like that. Hey, look at that! One strut holding the whole hood up. That's pretty cool. So now let's move on to the other side. And now I'm not gonna trust it. I am gonna put the hood prop back on just to be safe, because I don't know if one is actually gonna hold it up once I start moving things around. So I put the hood prop back up, move on to this side now. More of the same. Basically, we're just gonna clamp this right here, and then the other side's gonna go in right there. Look at all this mud. Man, this guy driving this Bronco out in the mud, what an idiot. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching to the end, and I will see you in the next video.